Hello, good evening, everyone. Welcome to Prime Business. I am Pius Kojobaka. Looking at our stories this evening, the city has begun recovering some of the losses it recorded against the dollar last week on both the interbank and forex markets. This comes after the Bank of Ghana increased its dollar supply to the market in recent days. More in this report.
Earlier this week, the dollar was going for about 10 Ghana cedis, 70 pesos, when it comes to the rate that most of the commercial banks were offering to their clients when it comes to transactions. However, it has made some marginal gains and is currently selling at around 10 Ghana cedis, 30 pesos. On the Forex Bureau market, it went up by as much as 13 Ghana cedis to $1. However, over the past 2 working days, it has made some strong recovery and is going for 12 Ghana cedis, 30 pesos. Some of the commercial banks have told Joy Business that the pressure last week was fueled by the sudden spike in dollar demand by businesses due to the recent claims by President John Mahama that the true value of the Ghana cedi could be around 10 to 12 Ghana cedis. Therefore, most of them were trying to buy more dollars now against future depreciation of the Ghana cedi. Also, some offshore investors were redeeming their investment, resulting in that depreciation for last week. But for many, the critical question here is that can we just depend purely on market forces for the cedi's stability against the dollar? Or the Bank of Ghana may always have to step in with dollar support to try and normalize things.
Well, Governor of the Bank of Ghana, Dr. Johnson Esiama, has expressed concern over the high cost of financing faced by small and medium-sized enterprises in the country. Speaking at the launch of the Ghana Banker magazine by the Chartered Institute of Bankers here in Accra, Dr. Johnson Esiama said that the central bank is committed to implementing measures that will ease access to affordable credit for small businesses.
We cannot sustain a real sector going forward. We've done this over the years, where SMEs have to borrow at beyond 30% and are expected to compete, to grow, or to export. It just doesn't work. Hence, we need to dismantle the structural inefficiencies that keep the cost of credit high. And so we started work on these in a number of ways. First one, we are strengthening Ghana's collateral registry as well as the credit referencing system. Second, we are engaging banks to better price their risk and streamline intermediation costs. And I'm happy to declare that there's a committee currently working to reform the Ghana reference rate, which will clearly bring the benchmark for lending significantly down. And the third one is that we are improving fiscal monetary coordination to reduce crowding out. Yesterday, I was with the finance minister and we spoke at length. We spoke about how greater levels of coordination can help. And he gave me the example that some banks, talking about sweeping government monies into government accounts at Bank of Ghana, and he complained that our banking department tends to close too early. So let me say this. I have instructed our banking department to only close when no calls have come in. Anytime you need to do a transaction that involves crediting government accounts at Bank of Ghana, just call them. Tell them you are coming with a transaction. If it's 9 p.m., they have to stay and make sure that transaction is effective.
Away from the central bank, the Ghana Revenue Authority will soon launch a new initiative to target micro and small businesses to file their taxes across the country. The move is aimed at widening the tax net and ensuring some domestic revenue loopholes are sealed. Commissioner General of the Ghana Revenue Authority, Anthony Kwesi Sapong, disclosed this to Joy Business after engaging executives and selected members of GUTA here in Accra.
The initiative, known as the Modified Taxation Program, aims to provide a platform for micro businesses to be registered and file their taxes in a simplified way. The Acting Commissioner General of the Ghana Revenue Authority, Anthony Sapon told Joy Business that the engagement with the Ghana Union of Traders Association (GUTA) is part of processes to create a friendly customer service environment for both taxpayers and the GRA. He also assured that the GRA will institute a quarterly engagement with businesses to enhance tax education.
An open engagement, and it allowed the executives to be able to share some of their concerns with us, and we had the opportunity to explain some of them. The core issue is that, one, we need to have continuous engagement, and we've agreed with them that ongoing we'll have quarterly engagement with them so that matters that borders on their business insofar as tax is concerned, we can deal with them. Again, we have also mentioned to them processes or initiatives that we are undertaking to expand the tax net. And in this case, there are a number of their members who are not registered for taxes. And as GRA, will soon be launching what we call the modified taxation program. That allows us to be able to register a number of small and micro and individual businesses and also work with them to pay their taxes in a more convenient and simplified manner.
President of GUTA, Joseph Obin, expressed confidence that such engagement will boost confidence of businesses in supporting government to meet its revenue targets.
So this is the way to go. If we continue to interact with the GRA, they will know our problem and we also will know their problem, and then we will be able to communicate to our members. This only when we do this, that's where we will all succeed. It's a win-win situation for all of us, and that's why we've started this, and it's going to continue. He's going to do roadshow to come directly to the market centers to do education and also explain things to them.
The Commissioner General answered questions from members of GUTA and promised to further engage the Finance Minister to find solutions to some of their concerns.
Away from revenue matters, some of the major oil marketing companies have started reducing prices at the pumps. The move Joy Business understands is in line with market competition. Here is more.
The action Joy Business understands has more to do with some of the major players responding to market competition, or what some may describe as price war. Market leader Star Oil this morning, June 19, 2025, announced that it has dropped the price of petrol further to 10 cedis, 80 pesos per litre. Diesel has also gone down further to 12 cedis, 13 pesos. Another player, Allied Joy Business, is learning that will also drop its prices further, but that's effective June 20, 2025. Allied, for instance, on June 16, 2025, was selling a litre at 10 cedis, 97 pesos. However, based on what we have picked up, a litre of petrol will be selling at 10 cedis, 75 pesos per litre. One marketing firm, Zen Petroleum, has also dropped the price of petrol and it's selling at 10 cedis, 75 pesos. A careful look at the prices has showed that the price of diesel has gone up marginally since June 16. Some of the oil marketing companies have, however, told Joy Business that prices could be going up from July 1, 2025 if current war between Israel and Iran in the Middle East does not cease soon. Since the beginning of the war, crude oil prices have jumped from $66 a barrel to about $76 a barrel.
Let's stay a while longer at the pumps because state oil marketing company GOIL PLC has maintained its dividend to shareholders for the 2024 financial period despite experiencing a challenging year. And this was announced at the company's 56th annual general meeting with shareholders. GOIL PLC posted a profit after tax of 84.7 million cedis, which represents 54.2% increase over the previous year. Now, we have more in this report for you.
The payment of dividend of 0.56 per share amount to 21 million Ghana cedis. GOIL Ghana PLC said its growth was achieved through prudent financial management, strategic marketing, and operational efficiency.
While operating costs increased by 11.2% and finance costs by 20.25%, these were offset by strong revenue generation and disciplined asset management. Total consolidated assets expanded by 20.1% to 4.8 billion Ghana cedis, with current assets showing a robust 34% growth, primarily driven by increased trade receivables. Earnings per share rose significantly by 54.3%, from 0.14 to 0.216 Ghana cedis. In line with our sustainable value creation agenda, the board proposes to maintain a dividend per share price of 0.056 Ghana cedis for 2024, balancing short-term shareholder returns with long-term financial stability.
Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of GOIL Ghana PLC, Edward Barr, said the company will continue to prioritize health, safety, security, and compliance across its operations.
Jobs are really captured for us. One, we need to take over in terms of our market share. We need to be the leading OMC. Two, we need to ensure that we are competitive at the markets. And three, we must ensure that in the spirit of this green transition, that GOIL adapts to the new innovations that are coming. So basically, this is what our target is, because if we do all these three things and do them very well, one, we will really be able to increase in terms of our profits. Two, we'll be able to ensure that share value increases. And last but not the least, maybe in the next year when we come for AGM, we should be able to also declare dividends and increase on that.
Total consolidated assets expanded by 20.1% to 4.8 billion Ghana cedis, with current assets showing a robust 34% growth, primarily driven by increased trade receivables. Earnings per share rose significantly by 54.3%, 0.140 to 0.216 Ghana cedis.
Republic Bank Ghana PLC says it is implementing strategic measures to enhance cross-border payments between its entity and the Sierra Leonean Commercial Bank. The bank today signed a technical service agreement to build the capacity of Sierra Leonean Commercial Bank to enhance profitability and attract foreign investment.
The technical service agreement between Republic Bank Ghana PLC and the Sierra Leone Commercial Bank is designed to enhance the operational capacity of the Sierra Leone Commercial Bank. Under the partnership, Republic Bank Ghana will provide technical expertise, training, and advisory services intended to boost the bank's efficiency, profitability, and competitiveness. Speaking to Joy Business after the signing ceremony, Managing Director of Republic Bank Ghana, Dr. Benjamin Joboku, expressed optimism about the partnership.
Republic Financial Holding Limited has been in existence for over 187 years. And therefore, we have the skill sets to provide that technical assistance to our counterpart in Sierra Leone. So this technical assistance is not only providing services to these our colleagues from Sierra Leone. I believe that it is time to realign, it is time to reconnect. Republic Bank Financial Holding Limited, their main purpose of coming to Ghana is to have Republic Africa. And therefore, this partnership is a way of studying those environments so that if we decide to go into Sierra Leone, it will not be a difficult task.
Managing Director of Sierra Leone Commercial Bank, Yusufu Abdosila, said the initiative is expected to make Sierra Leone Commercial Bank more attractive to foreign investors and development partners.
I'm an old boy of HFC Ghana. I actually got my training here when I started my banking career in HFC Sierra Leone. So for me, it's coming back home because I know how much contribution my training in this bank actually had on my career. For my bank, I believe it is a way of improving the ways we do banking, exchanging competence, human resource development for the country. I believe partnerships like this would give us access to more development finance institutions. And for continent, I believe the real integration of Africa, West Africa, would happen when we start having stake in each other's countries. When Ghanaian companies, Ghanaian businesses have money in Sierra Leone companies and Sierra Leonean businesses have money in Ghana and everywhere else, That's where the real West African integration comes.
The 2-year technical service agreement, which will cover areas such as investment banking, trade financing and mortgage financing, signals Republic Bank Ghana's continued efforts to lead innovation and connectivity in the West African banking sector.
More within the financial space, because the International Finance Corporation has partnered with Société Générale Ghana to unlock up to $80 million in financing Ghana's cocoa sector. Speaking at the signing ceremony here in Accra, Managing Director of SG Bank Ghana, Hakeem Ozani, the unfunded risk-sharing facility will help licensed buying companies known as the LBCs purchase more cocoa beans directly from smallholder farmers, enhancing access to finance and boosting sustainable production.
Ghana's cocoa sector is a vital engine of the national economy, accounting for roughly 6% of GDP and supporting the livelihoods of about 30% of the rural population. In a new move to strengthen the sector, the International Finance Corporation is partnering with Société Générale Ghana to roll out a $40 million local currency loan to an unfunded risk-sharing facility. According to the Managing Director of SG Bank Ghana, the facility is expected to unlock up to $80 million in financing, enabling licensed buying companies to purchase cocoa directly from smallholder farmers.
We have taken with IFC this initiative and to make this idea of increasing the potential of financing of the LBCs through this risk-sharing agreement, where we can almost double the capacity to accompany these LBCs to purchase the cocoa, which normally could also improve once again the capacity of these companies and also make the global activity of the cocoa farmers better thanks to this increasing purchasing capacity. So, and all in all, I think that it's something also which will, for all the sector, bring positive impact and positive effects.
IFC's senior country manager for Ghana, Kel Hofer, emphasized the broader value of the partnership, noting its potential to streamline cocoa supply chains and boost sector resilience.
IFC is delighted to be part of this because with Société Générale, we can backstop them and enable them to do more, something that IFC could not do directly. And it'll enable more, as the more finance goes into the LBC chain, then the more competitive, the more buyers there are out there, and then just a much more of a smoother supply chain, more efficient supply chain, and reducing costs for the supply chain, helping making sure the sector is more competitive for Ghana, to make sure it's fully operationalized and the Ghana reaps the full benefit of its cocoa sector. In particular, just in spite of some recent events in the sector where there have been some disturbances in some of the traditional roles in the supply chain, this is helping the private sector is stepping in to help fill that gap.
Over the next 4 years, the initiative is projected to support as much as $320 million in cocoa trade and directly benefit around 75,000 smallholder farmers by improving access to markets, farming input, and technical expertise.
The Chartered Institute of Human Resource Management has held a high-level conference aimed at exploring strategies to elevate human resource practices in line with modern business demands here in Ghana. More this report.
The 2025 CIHRM Conference, held under the theme Regulating HRM in Ghana, Standards, Ethics, and Sustainability, brought together key stakeholders to explore new directions for human resource management. Chief Executive of the Institute, Dr. Francis Eduku, stated that the Institute remains committed to bridging the gap between academia and industry. According to him, this is essential to developing HR professionals who are well equipped to meet workplace demands and contribute meaningfully to national development.
The Chartered Institute of Human Resource Management, we are signing MOUs with the universities to review their curricula so that it will become industry relevant. And also through those collaboration, we can arrange internship program for students so that you don't need to finish school to have an industry experience. We're also trying to make sure they get some certification through interaction with seasoned HR people, and also learn what is needed in practice. Because when you look at what is needed in practice, it's more than what is taught in the lecture house. So it's only important that institutions like professional bodies and the industry in general build a relationship with the universities. Because if you don't do that, then they will bring us students who are not industry ready.
Senior lecturer at the University of Professional Studies, Eric Boachi-Adam, emphasized that integrating sustainability into HR practices is no longer optional but a necessary driver for long-term business success.
Businesses don't go beyond the third generation, basically because something is not done right, especially in terms of who gets the job, So if HR can do their work well, in terms of thinking that whoever I'm recruiting, the person should be adding value to the company to ensure that the company lives to the second, third, and fourth generation, then it is essential that the HR personnel himself or herself is able to, number one, understand what sustainability is. And sustainability goes beyond just environmental consideration. We are talking about environment, social, and governance structures. And social, we are talking about the relationship the company has with employees and with the wider community and all the stakeholders.
The conference served as a platform to champion ethical leadership and reaffirm the pivotal role of HR in promoting sustainable business strategies in Ghana.
You're still watching Prime Business. Imagine turning your phone into your most powerful sewing tool. That's the reality for 30 seamstresses in Kintampo right now, thanks to MTN Ghana launching their Connecting the Root Yellow Care initiative. MTN volunteers are teaching these artisans how to use TikTok, not just for fun, but to promote their businesses, reach new customers, and earn more. My colleague Anas Sabit was at the training ground and filed this report. And that's our part company by way of Prime Business. Do enjoy the story.
Here at the Kintampo Backsort Hall, MTN Ghana and the Ice Yellow Care banner is training 30 talented local seamstresses not in a new stitches, but in a powerful new skill using TikTok to turn their craft into cash. For many of these women here, TikTok was just for dance challenges and entertainment. MTN volunteers are, however, flipping that script. Over 2 intensive days, trainer Lodia Techi is showing them step by step how to film compelling videos of their garments, use targeted hashtags, engage with potential customers, and ultimately drive sales far beyond their immediate neighborhoods.
My role here is to teach these people how to use social media to broaden their market scope. So we chose TikTok basically because it's very easy to go through, it's very easy to maneuver. And then what we did here today, I taught them how to make a video, how to edit the video, basic editing, and then how to post it. And then some tips that are very necessary for you to go viral. That's what we taught them today.
Lodia is optimistic that the knowledge shared would go a long way in helping broaden their market scope beyond their immediate reach.
More in this world, like it's full of online, social media, everybody is online. As the world is more advancing, people just take their phone and then they just order things online. So as we've taught them, they make their dress, they make their hairstyles, they post it. People in Kintampo, the students basically in Kintampo, most of them are on TikTok. They can get access to them and then order their stuffs, go braid their hair from there, go make their school uniform, sew their uniform from there. So it's very, very important and it's very helpful.
The excitement here is palpable. MTN isn't just dropping off devices, they are planting seeds of digital skills right where they are needed most, empowering these women to grow their businesses sustainably. Some of these beneficiaries share with Joy News how this would help their businesses grow.
First, we don't know anything. We don't know that we can also advertise our products on TikTok. We don't know the process to go about it. But they teach us and they let us know how to go about it. It can help boost my business because I'm in Kintampo. Only the people around Kintampo knows me. But as I am on TikTok now, everybody in the world can get to know my products and appreciate it.
Okay, mo jide say ebe boa me ema madwuma no atumpon ama mesoso medin aye den akwa chiri na me say obi wo nkran bi wo komase obehwe mesoso ɛhu sɛ adwuma a meso meyɛ no ɛsɔ ani nti ɛma mehu sɛ nnɛ ne yɛasoɛ no bɛma ma adwuma a meyɛ adepam a mepam no ɛbɛkɔ akyiri ɛma meso medin ayɛ dɛn ɛkɔ akyiri.
I want to tell MTN we are very happy. We thank them. May God bless MTN everywhere they are.
So while the 21 days of Yellow Care will see MTN volunteers across all 16 regions teaching digital skills to youth, helping businesses go online and introducing farmers to mobile solutions, here in Kintampo, the fabric of opportunity is being rewoven with digital threads. The message from these empowered seamstresses and their trainer is clear. This kind of grassroots digital training works and more is needed. Anna Sabit, Joy News, Kintampo.